couldn't exist in Europe. I think you're actually right. Can you wait for a safe wave cycle? At the end, yay and nay. If you have the foresight to wait at the first ramp, you could. But, yeah, you don't really have, like, breaks, if that makes any sense. Like, you push the brake button, it just does nothing. I was under the opinion that you were talking about, like, the chain, because you want to do the chain. Like, you can't just go to the last ramp and go off of it. I never get enough height from that. I also want to learn how to do this level while getting the relic and box gem at the same time. I know it's kind of a bitch, but I need to learn that at some point as well. I don't know how much it saves, but I think it's a decent bit just because this end section with getting the crystal and the boxes is so trashy. Oh, speaking of trashy, yep. Okay. Overthink it in a run? Maybe. Or maybe I'm just so unlucky. Copium. I'm just the unluckiest Crash 3 runner to ever exist. I don't get it. I can hydrate after this level. Oh, I'm definitely taking a hit here. Okay, that's fine. That's awesome. That might be better than what I was doing before. It's hard to tell. Well, I don't really need to figure that out. I'm going to change it anyway in the future, so that's probably fine. That's your job, to be the unluckiest speedrunner of all time. It's not a great job title. Doesn't feel very good, let me tell you that right now. Just need some dream luck. If you're telling me I need to cheat, I don't disagree. Yeah. Played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe yesterday. That game's awesome, by the way. Big fan of Mario Kart 8. Actually so back. So you done with Mario Kart World? Like, there's a lot of people going back to 8. Oh yeah, I also need to practice this cuddle skip because I don't know how to do the slide one as well, so... The problem is it's hard to practice stuff like this because on console. What? See you doing good, yeah. I mean, that is true. Everyone likes a good underdog story. That's usually for, like, sports, though. I don't know about speedrunning. His cat game? What cat game does he have? That works online? Oh yeah, I saw your post about Mario Kart War and how it's like pretty bad for Australians and something due to regions. I didn't read it super in depth, but I definitely saw something like that. Nice. Never mind, I can't do either cuddle skip, I meant to say. Oh, Little Kitty Big City, gotcha. I've heard of that game. Yeah, there's been a lot of cat games. There's been that, there was Stray at one point. I guess that's it. I guess me saying there's a lot of cat games was not correct, but... Or those two. Ah, I see. Cats, yeah. I've seen a lot of videos about cats. Like, not cat videos where they're goofing off, but just videos trying to describe them. They're such interesting creatures, to say the least. Oh my fucking god. There is no way. Oh my lord, dude. I'm just so unlucky today, I guess, when it comes to fucking jet ski levels. Sure thing, man. Bum 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 bum. Resting bitch face, damn. When it comes to cats, I've always been interested in like the tuxedo cats. I don't know why, they just look very appealing to me. with the way they act and the way they look. Nice. Awesome. Orange cats are dumb, but they do in fact have a lot of personality. That is true. I've just seen so many clips of orange cats being just the dumbest people on the planet. Or not people, but the dumbest creatures on the planet. Oh my fucking... Oh my god. Can open doors? No fucking way. That's actually insane. You gotta send a video of that at some point. I don't know how I'm gonna access it or what, but that's insane. I can't respond to that. It is evening over here, though. Oh my god. When he wants breakfast, usually? Does he open the outside door, or does he just open, like, the doors of the house? Weird guys are the worst ones. Oh my god. This guy's memeing on me. I can't believe it. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, the knob, yeah. I gotcha. That's still an interesting skill for a cat to have. Like, the fuck? Sure. Yo, Silver, thanks for the good luck on the run. Right now it's going okay. The runs today, or I guess the run previously, was super weird. Like, I played good for a lot of it, and I played really bad at certain spots. It was never just consistently good or bad. It was very seesawy. Ah, nice. Good old frog moment. Call him Froglander, indeed. I manipulated him into jumping into that nitro. It's crazy. Peacekeepers? Really? How does Peacekeepers go again? I don't remember. I don't remember Spyro 1 music, like, at all. Pretty good, G-Wiz. Yeah, golden. Nice. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Time for the gulag? Ugh. Alright, well, you have a fun time at work. Copium. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, though, TK. It's good to see you, as always. Especially because it's been a minute. Oh, I actually got that. Was so ready to just jump off the map. I didn't work out very well. Bum, bum, bum. Good. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, Crash, yeah. I don't know why he does it. Like, I know he's excited, but it's a very odd dance. Must admit. I don't know, maybe he's just so excited he wants to show everyone in a very weird kind of way. Let him dance. Alright, man, sure. Alright. Dance shit. I'm just saying, it's an interesting dance move. You don't see it pulled out too often. I didn't know I had the Crash Dance Task Force in my chat. Jesus. Okay. Good. Oh my gosh. That's so bad, man. But it works. Unfortunate. That's a crazy lore drop, if true. I mean, it really does, because he doesn't do it in Crash 1. bum, 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 bum. Sorry, Amesy, you can't say that. Yo, Vanners, thanks for the good luck. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, half a second ahead of the game. Damn! I need to fix that, yeah. You know, that makes sense, Auntie, because I had it manually set on my old Windows install. Let me... It's probably close. It probably is just barely behind, or barely ahead, I meant to say. I'll have to fix that. It used to be the other way around back when I had like an Elgato HD60. Because it used to be the other way where the gameplay was so far behind because it was USB 2.0. And now it's changed and I forgot to update it on this install. Caught cheating. Yeah, because people who cheat definitely use input displays. For sure. Oh my fucking... Oh my god. The plot thickens. Yeah, maybe... I'll have to see if your guys' claims are true after stream. I'll have to do some timing. I definitely think the retro spy's off because I used to have a manual offset. The gameplay, though, I don't know if I just react really fast or if that's accurate. Fuck you, bro. God damn it, man. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Alright, not a good section, apparently. Yeah, the gameplay's delayed. Yeah, the game capture is definitely delayed. I can look between both screens, and I know OBS preview isn't, like, exact, but it was pretty obvious. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Okay. Yeah, the game capture is definitely, like, a good point. Probably 0.5 or something. Amesy, I'm sorry, you can't say that. Of course. Yeah. I never. It's actually insane because I don't realize if I don't think Zingo knows. Like I don't know if he knows it's a bit or if he thinks like I just mess with him every time. Like I don't know if he goes back to actually see like that I said nothing or if he's just like, damn, Derek still talks about me crazy. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, that's a crazy message. Yo, MOSFET. Yo, MOSFET, thanks for the good luck. Have fun. Appreciate it. Say left side for this level? Oh my god. That's awesome. I would have actually allowed your message, Zingo, but obviously it's a mute point now, because now the pop-up's gone, and he can't even hear me saying this. Well, I would have let it through. That's so shit. What a bad cycle to catch. Yeah, I appreciate it, MOSFET. Damn it. Crash! Oh my god. Never thought I'd have issues with Deep Trouble of all things, but here we are. You just ate a medium steak. Sounds pretty good, Laura. How do I feel about that? I mean, I don't mind medium steaks. The last steak I had, I think, was medium. I am over my well done arc, okay? Trust me. That was immature Derek, okay? Derek nowadays gets medium well. Or medium. I'm actually slowly dialing it back. Like, I used to be well done, and then I went to medium well, and now every once in a while I do medium. It's not what your criminal record says. I know. Don't mention it. Well, you know what your criminal record says, Laura? You don't want to know your criminal record. Okay. You were at some Spyro events that were kind of controversial. I mean, do you want to tell everyone in the crowd about the Spyro events you were at? I mean, you guys did some deplorable stuff at those Spyro events. I just can't believe it. I mean, you guys went up to a homeless person and forced them to play Spyro 1. You basically tortured the fucking guy. I mean, it's just, I don't know, I just think that's insane. He's a masochist. What can I say? I'm trying to think of if Laura's done anything controversial. I think Laura's... I mean, I know Laura has that one channel that, like, despises her. But I don't think you've done anything actually controversial. compared to some of my contemporaries. Shut up, hair. Okay. Damn. Hypothetically, yeah, of course. Who's Alan? The homeless guy. Did you? Yeah, it was the homeless guy who they brainwashed. Well, not brainwashed. They tortured. It's kind of messed up. Also, hope your day's going good, Laura, all things considered. Hopefully your life situation's good. I haven't talked to you in a hot minute, so I don't know what the life update is. A hair... That is so bad how well that works. You just added 2 fucking letters. That's all you did, was add 2 letters. Oh my god. Living in Scotland with my girlfriend. That's crazy, because Kate, another streamer I know, is from Scotland, and she's moving from Scotland to meet up with her girlfriend as well. So that's kind of crazy. It's going amazingly. Well, that's good to hear. Hopefully relationship remains good. Swappies, I guess. Hopefully your guys' finances and everything's good as well. Are you say you live in, so I assume this is like you prefer it to be permanent, right? Because yeah, I just thought about Kate is like not permanent, it's temporary. But since you said living, I assume that means permanent. Which if that's the case, then good on ya. Hope it goes good. Full move, nice. How much is rent? I'm only asking because I'm like actually just curious. I know that sounds like a weird question to ask, but I'm always interested about rent at places. And a 2-story apartment? Damn. Damn. 2-story apartment. $300 cheaper. So I assume if you guys are also splitting it, that's probably crazy. We have a mortgage. What? Hold the phone. Speedrunner having a mortgage instead of renting. What? Hold the fucking phone. You just moved and you have a fucking mortgage? Yeah, but you guys didn't just move. Like, she has a mortgage. What the fuck? What the fuck? What are you guys doing? You guys are actually being adults. Holy shit. With a mortgage in February? What? Damn. I'm just impressed because it's, yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like memeing on you guys. I'm kind of just surprised. I'm used to where like speedrunners are just like degenerates. So like the idea you guys are talking about mortgages is just like, what? Next thing I know, you guys are going to talk about fucking 401ks and shit. Which I can't say nothing. I actually am interested in financial stuff like that. But not mortgages. Sure, I've seen her face just now. Damn. Putting up 1 dartboard. Nice. When I move out, obviously at some point when I have to, because right now I'm kind of trying to force myself as long as I can. I have so much shit in my room. I don't think I'm even gonna need to buy new decorations. Like, my area is just so cramped. It is insane. Because when I moved the first time, I had like basically nothing to my name, and now this time it's like, damn, I have so much shit I'm gonna have to move. I'm surprised I didn't make off that nitro on the right side. That could have been really bad. Make it a redeem. Make what a redeem? Oh, you're talking to Brad. My bad. Dirt stream? Oh, yeah, no, true. We need a Bradley Gaming dirt stream. Billiard. Oh, I fucking love billiards. You have a billiards table? Dude, my dad has a red one that has like a really good felt on it. Dude, he bought it like brand new back in the day for like 3K. That shit's worth 6K nowadays. It's actually appreciated in value. Oh, nice wave cycle. Of course. Of course. I love that. But no, it sucks because I actually love playing the occasional game of pool, but pool tables are like so expensive. But I love billiards and I really enjoy the occasional like shuffleboard for some reason. That's my two like bar games, if you want to call them that. We can play pool. Nice. Why don't you come over to my place? I have a fucking red pool table that's like worth a lot of money. Like, surely I can convince him to have you play. I play darts. Oh, you guys are going to play, like, online? Do you have a dartboard that connects online, or are you guys just going to keep score, like, in a VC? Because I know there's some dartboards where, like, they connect to Wi-Fi and crazy shit. I don't know if you have one of those, or if it's just a default Andy one. Oh, it's a website. Really? How the hell does that work? You're gonna have to show me that sometime. Like in the Discord. I think that'd be cool. Stream myself one day shooting pool in the basement. I've thought about that. I've thought about doing some crazy degen streams about like, you know, trying to have a perfect game in pool or something. I'm not amazing at pool, but usually I make more shots than I miss, but just barely. I'm good at banks, but I'm dog shit at like long distances. Like if the ball has to go an insanely long distance, then I'm kind of screwed. That's always been my problem. My accuracy isn't good enough. I'm good at banks. Damn. True. Dude, I did the same fucking thing! I did that last run too, man. God damn it, man. It's the second time I've done that today, man. Which means double header sucks. Like, just objectively, it sucks now. Unless I'm gonna run all the way back to Toad Village, which I don't think I'm doing. I'm not running back to fucking Toad Village. It almost just counteracted it. Dude, the Bradley gunk on your live stream was crazy. I don't know what the hell Brad does when he plays video games, but I guess he just sheds skin cells everywhere. Alright, 31's good, because that's what it was the last time I did this dumb shit. it was funny, but like in a bad way. Like I don't know. It's like I'm happy I wasn't in your shoes, to say the least. Okay. I need to look up how people actually do this bonus. This is one I definitely don't think I do correct. Speaking of correct, yeah, Synxinator. I still forgot to look at that, so I'm gonna make up some shit. Well, it's not any level. It's like 4, okay? I've only set it to like 4 so far. Excuse you very much. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd make that. Really? Four out of like 7. Okay, buddy. Okay. I hate that. Oh! I was going to say I hate this box wall, but oh my fucking god, man. Could have been worse. I don't know. I died right at the checkpoint. More controller modding streams, nice. It's actually so fucked. That is true, Brad. When you gonna start selling it in jars? Oh, where's my fucking... Oh my god. Like, what the fuck was that, dude? Yeah, no problem, Brad. My pleasure. Just says you in stream. That is accurate. Oh my fucking god, dude. Really? We're highbrow? Dude, you've been sorely mistaken. When is haircut stream? If I get 20 subs, I'll do a haircut stream there. Crystal, thank you for the raid. I'm stuck. How did 40 Orb go? For this marathon, I think. Fair enough. Good luck, best Crash. Agreed. I love this game. Not when I play bad, but I love this game in general. It's definitely my favorite Crash. That's a nice little gold. Yo, Jaren. Thanks for the good luck, have fun. Appreciate it. Welcome from the raid. Hope you're having a good day. Pretty much. We call that the Derek Lander strat. Probably loses time. Okay, I got spun timered. The hell? I don't know if it was spun timer or if I like spun on the lag frame, but yeah, I just like stood there. Looked like a fucking idiot, but that's fine. Hope you get your run in for ESA. What did you submit again? Ridge Racer Type 4? I'd say you have a pretty good chance if it's Ridge Racer Type 4. A lot of people love that game. And also ESA is much nicer to PlayStation runs, so you have already a better shot just because of the games committee. I can hydrate after this. This is not a good bye-bye blimps. Boom. Yeah. When do they release the games list? If you said submissions just closed not too long ago, I assume it's going to be a while. I know that GDQ, like, game submissions are supposed to be announced relatively soon. Oh, they're still open. Jesus. Yeah, you're definitely not getting a response back in a while then, huh? Really? The 17th? You're telling me they close and then they get the first picks in 10 days? Is that what you're saying? Or I guess 12 days, but still, that's a quick turnaround, holy. It's a bit insane. Yeah, whatever. Tell no tales! I'm so excited. Love this level. Ad time? Yeah. I can definitely run ads when I'm doing the relic. Okay, sure. Holy shit, Auntie. Holy fucking shit. I'm gonna need to run, no joke, like I think that's what, 2 minutes of ads? What's the command to run ads? Yeah, I would say that should cover the whole relic. It's actually insane. Every time, man. Every time. God, this is a horrible Tell No Tales. Seven-minute cooldown? Brad! You have to run them all at once. What are you doing? I can't believe this is my mod's first day on Twitch. He ruined it. So what you're telling me is they're gonna see the relic now. Only let you ran 1 minute? Interesting. See, that's why I was asking if there was a command, because I've never, like, run more than just, like, 30 seconds for ads. Like, I don't know if there's, like, a Twitch chat command where you do, like, /ads, like, 200 or something. /commercial? Maybe. Oh, God. You guys get to see the snooze fest. That's fucking brutal. Oh, there's options in the quick actions? Oh. Oh. I don't think I've ever opened up that quick actions tab. What the hell is after this level? Oh, it's Tomb Raider. Yeah, you guys probably don't want to miss that. That's always a fun time. Oh, you guys tired yet? I know I'm falling asleep. If you want to, Brad, it's probably just best just to refund Auntie's ad times now. I just realized that's probably the play. Because wasn't the first one you or something? You already cleared them. Cleared them as in, like, you took their money, or cleared them as in you gave them back? Fucking scam. What the fuck? I gave this guy mod. I can't believe it. This guy's fucking horrible. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Auntie, I guess you'll have to type when you want fucking ad time to come back in one of my future streams. Those worst blunts ever. Damn. Don't fucking make out the guy this time, dude. Okay. Good. Are you fucking serious? That hits me? That motherfucker was 80 yards away. Oh my fucking god, those guys in their bullshit hitbox today, man. I cannot do a Tomb Raider where I, like, actually get triple masks. Next time you get to Tell No Tales Relic. Alright. Yeah, next time I get to it. Oh my god. I did not mean to belly flop, believe it or not. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I got away from it somehow. Oh, this is horrible. Yeah, this whole cycle is just ruined. Yo, Noi, thanks for the good luck. We're kind of witnessing a catastrophe because I got hit on, like, the last spike guy before getting triple masks, so... You got to see disaster. God damn, man. I might just need to practice getting to the triple mask at this rate. It's like there's only 2 guys that are really nuisances, and I've hit both of them now. Nice shoes animation. Nice extended slide. Get off the ground, crash. Thank you. How do you guys do those? Oh yeah, another spot I wanted to look at. Maybe the strat there is like make out with the nitro, because I don't really need the masks out of this. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay. I think he's Crash Bandicoot or something. Yeah. That's what they call me. I feel like I have a lot of gold potential if I just have a really good Tomb Raider for once. Hold. Hold. I've not had very many good tomb times today, though. But it is technically possible now. For my skill level. This isn't a good start. This is a really bad start. Holy shit. Damn. That gold's gonna be fucking crazy. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah, bang! I'll hit you guys with the bang. Now watch, this run's gonna die in like fucking ski crazed, but... Oh my god, stop fucking swerving, Crash. Okay, this boneyard's really bad, actually. If I miss this one and get tomb time, I'm gonna be actually so flabbergasted. I better lock in, actually. Jesus fucking Christ, this is bad. I'm behind. Oh my god, I'm really behind now. Fuck me. Well, that didn't take long to choke it. Literally next split afterwards. Oh my god. Still can. That's... Yeah, you're right, Auntie. That's a bit more lenient than I thought. Because that was not clean at all. Like, that felt really bad, and it still was a good, like, 4 seconds good enough, so... It felt really shitty, though. I was definitely not fucking with that one. Isn't this the run where I died in fucking... Didn't I die in Trophy? This is the run I died in Trophy. I'm like 90% confident. Oh, wait, I don't need the masks, bro. I don't need the masks. Because you're fucking going to ski crazed after this where you're going to throw the run. You might need the masks. Sure, I've seen that one happening. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Well, to be honest, Vanny, it's just carried by, like, garbage bun glitch shenanigans. But yes. Hopefully I can get the bun glitch for this one, because this level's been fucking eating my ass. What the fuck? Oh shit. Oh shit. That's fine, I guess. I just won't go for the squeeze up here. I knew that was happening. Okay. Well, maybe it's a good thing I did get that bun glitch, because by the looks of it, we might need it. If the end section goes bad, then... yeah. Oh my god, I almost overjumped that too. That would have been bad. This is not good. Oh, it barely is. I cannot believe it gave me credit for that. That was probably near the tip of my fucking hitbox. Very legit plat. Very legit. Okay, just that's fine. Good stick. That's fine though. Oh my god, dude, get up there. Jesus. That's not good. I thought I was going to be able to get triples here for once. Not today. Bum, 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 bum. Cool. Not the best future frenzy, but we'll take it. Oh, whoops. I was waiting for the relic for some reason. Doy. You better not make ults like that, dude. I'll get you banned. I will get you banned if you keep making ults like that. You're harassing me. That name is fucking amazing, though. Oh, whoops. This is my legal name. Oh my god, man. That's such a crazy good name. I don't know what to say. I can't believe you got away with that. But also, I can't believe you even discovered that. It is a really bad relic. Okay. Crazy fucking. I can't believe if it's the same account too. That's what gets me. They you got in trouble on that account, and then they see that and they're like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's fine." Christ, same account. Oh man, it's a fucking good one. I'll give you credit. That was really fucking good. Am I gonna catch that door? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. It's a bad idea, but it is a funny one. Now I really need to focus up because I need this run to PB so I can have this moment immortalized. I really need to start focusing up. Yeah, what a legend. Oh my god, there goes the hit. Yep. Well, now I really don't want to get hit again, because if I get hits, I can't access the death route, and that's gonna be a pretty big problem. Sick. Oh my god. Alright, not a great Flaming Passion. Your captions say you have a daughter? I'm married? I guess you don't have to be married to have a daughter. I was just excited at the prospect that someone could love me. I mean, yeah, that's fine, buddy. You can have that. I already hit the checkpoint, so that's fine. Okay. Oh, I will. Granted, oh, I did not mean to do that. Granted, I don't think this run's gonna PB. But, if it does, I would give him total shout-outs. You fucking kidding me? Okay, get the box, please. Yeah, and the end trophy death. Especially shouts to that one. That was, especially on the final phase, final hit. That was a really cool death. Yeah, Noi. Oh, you fucking serious? There's no way. Okay, well. I actually don't remember what my PB is, like, off the top of my head. Like, I don't have it memorized. Oh, it's an 0-1? Oh, we're cooked then. I'm not fucking beating that. At least not this run. I can hydrate after this. Relic attempt. Oh my god. Just in time to beat that guy, I guess. And just in time to beat that guy too. Jesus. I thought that guy was sticking his head out because he was going to throw another one as well. I was going to be like, you've got to be kidding me. Yo, Ash, thanks for the good luck. That was a good relic, though. Other than getting stuck in a weird in-between where the guy's swinging, but... Oh, a door is already shut. I didn't need to do that. Whoopsie. Not really. I've not, just because I know if you miss it, it's like devastating. So I've not tried it yet. Maybe, but then you're already committing yourself to going for the one cycle because, like, it's not in the route. Like, you make the choice. Yeah, exactly. You still have to commit. So if I commit and then I don't get bun glitch, which is highly likely, then I'm probably fuckered. Because the nice thing about Tomb Time is, like, it's in the route. You have to do that movement no matter what. But if you get bun glitched, then, like, you get excited because you're like, oh shit. Why did I take a hit? Oh, I'm doing the relic after this. Okay. All right, we gotta get masks out of this for Gone Tomorrow because I don't want a shitty Gone Tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. There's a lot more things I want to incorporate, and I also just want to play more consistent because this run has like an in-trophy death and a few nonsense moments where it looks like I hand the controller off to my little brother. It would be nice to clean some of those spots up, and then I'd be interested. It also depends how much it saves. I don't have the exact like number of what it saves. If it only saves like 20 seconds, then but if it saves like an actual decent bit, then I'll have to look at it. 30-ish? Damn, that's like just worth it. Damn, damn, damn. You can 150. Look at my sob, Brad, and look at what you're saying. You're saying like actual fucking nonsense. Also, pretty nice gold. Just do bug light again. Yeah. Let me really think about that. That's a fucking annoying as hell cycle to catch. Yo, what's up, Tex? No, that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna kill this guy because I already waited his whole cycle. Get him out of the way for when I go through that same section again. Oh, you fucker! Are you serious? That doesn't make? Wow, that's not good. I can't believe that doesn't make. I so fucking cannot believe that. Actual nonsense, in my opinion. Main thing that sucks is now I don't have a mask, so now if I get hit at like any point during this backtrack, I'm just fucked by like minutes. So just don't get hit, smile. That's probably not good. It's probably just... Oh no, it is. It's on screen. Put the bazooka away. Back on the grind. Yeah. Only bug light. Yep. Get the fuck... Oh my god! Yo, Shredberg. Thanks for the good luck, have fun. Yeah, that name's crazy, Tex. The fact that Waffle got away with that, actually insane. Alright, if we have a good relic, we could recover a decent bit of this time loss. Which is good. Don't you dare fucking touch me. This isn't good. Oh my god, this... Yeah, this is really sloppy. God, what a cycle, man. What a bad cycle. That's what I'm saying, Nuke. Like, I'm being harassed live on twitch.tv and no one cares. Can someone contact SRC for me? Or should I just put in the ticket myself? It's like, I don't know, it's just ridiculous, Waffle. Sure, you're just the bird version. Next thing you're gonna do is just tell me you want to play Jackbox. Yeah. I know your game, buddy. You can just give it up. I should have practiced Orange Asphalt. I just realized I have a lot of time save here, and I didn't fucking practice it. Like a moron. It's the one thing I forgot to practice. Ooh, boy. That's not good. Surely I'll just get a really good first pass and I won't have to worry about anything. Yo, Light, thanks for the rado. Okay. Good, good, good. You stay in the wheelie. You stay in the goddamn wheelie. Good. Okay, that was actually good. That was good. It looked sloppy at the end, but it always looks kind of tight at the end, so that's fine. This guy is kind of in the way. Okay, we're gonna just fucking... Oh my god, nice. I'm gonna fucking eat shit, okay. Slightly less nice, but at least I got the box, so it's not the biggest deal, I suppose. Speaking of boxes, I gotta really fucking slow down for this one and make sure I don't over jump it. Perfect. Okay. As long as I do the boost at the end correctly, this would be very important. This would definitely help a lot. Ooh, that did not look clean at all. That did not look clean at all. Oh boy, I may have made out with the cop car and he decided to let me go. I must have paid him under the table or something. Okay, that's huge. That's actually so fucking huge compared to the disaster we had last stream. Yo, what's up, Kabalski? Yeah, no, this pace is kind of crazy. That is true. The solo 1545 was an experience. Wow. It's a brutal timeout bomb. I don't even know what to say. Oh, no! The solo is watchable, Vanny. There's a whole playlist on YouTube I made. Because I can't highlight it on Twitch because it's 357 hours. Which is like already over the Twitch limit. But it's in a YouTube playlist. You'll have to experience it. I think everyone has to experience it at least once. It was generally crazy. Okay, this was a good boost at least. Nice, nice. Oh my gosh, that turn was sexy. Sorry. I don't know why I said it like that. I said it like I was aroused by the turn. To orange asphalt? Nah. Despite not practicing it like I should have, it went nearly according to plan. Thanks for the clip. Good luck, dipshit. Oh, I thought you said dipshit, and I was like, what the hell? Also, you have a good night, DC? Can I hit that dude's engine? What's going on, man? Dude's got fucking titanium engines all of a sudden. Being family friendly, true. How's this engine not gone? Oh my gosh. This stream is very like family friendly text. I don't know if you know this. There's a local pub that only plays Derek Lander streams. And everyone hates it, and they tell them to turn it off, and they just don't. It's crazy. Really? Nah. There was a pub I went to, though, that GDQ was on a monitor. Or not a monitor, like one of the TVs. But it wasn't even like GDQ. It was like the GDQ TV or some BS. So it wasn't even like live in the moment. And it was kind of crazy. It's like motherfuckers had such little entertainment on cable that they turned on GDQ TV. Like, what are we doing? For dickhole game. I don't know, man. I mean, he was a good man. I mean, credit where credit's due. He was a good man. But he wasn't an amazing man, you know? That makes it sound so bad. Probably. I 100% believe that. How many frames? I don't know. It lasted... I thought it was gonna last longer than it did, though. Someone unironically reported my boy. I can't believe it. Dude, can I hit the fucking engine? Oh my god. This level is actually so annoying when you're rusty. Oh my lord. Oh no. This is actually such a bad relic attempt. I'm also getting destroyed by the minis. It's fine. It's fine. Because the other plane is going to turn in front of me. And I'm actually slightly too far away to hit him. I still can barely not hit him. Please, for the love of God, hit him. And now this plane's slightly too far away again. Oh my god. I'm actually just going through it this level. And now he's taking a hard left because he should have been dead by now. And I'm still shooting through the plane. Just want to make that abundantly clear. And this guy is so far away. He fucked my wife. Why are you guys idolizing him? I mean, some people are into that. Wait, I just realized. Am I even going to get the gold relic? There's no way, right? There's no way. That's like the worst time I've ever gone in this, though. Oh, the plat? Oh my god, it's safe as hell. Okay. My apologies. I did not realize it was made for babies. Also, look at how much time I'm losing to, like, sob, though. Like, holy moly, I gotta practice Mad Bombers, I guess. Oh, fuck. Okay, I actually practiced this one, though, but it won't fucking mean anything. And now Vanny's gonna be able to scoff. Okay, look, let's clutch up so fucking Mr. Vanners can't say shit. Come on. Come on. All we gotta do is clutch up. This level was not shit. This level was actually designed by, like, Andy Gavin's son because of how easy it is. Like, I've never had an issue with this level. It's so easy. Yeah, Abby Gavin. Yeah, exactly. Alright, no more rain chat. You wouldn't fucking dare. Oh, yeah, it is still on average. My bad. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wait, this is going to be like a 209 close, right? Oh, wait, no, I have to throw the items in the air. I'm going to get like a very low 210. It's not even funny. Oh, wait, I have to do Rings of Power. My bad. I thought that was on Cortex. Don't listen to me. Jesus Christ. I thought that was on Cortex. I was like, oh yeah, this runs like in the history books. No, motherfucker. I could still choke this shit. I kind of played like a bitch. All right, I may not get 209. I played the ending like a little bitch. So 209 is... Oh, wait, it's minus 102. Wait, if it's 211.01 minus 102, this is going to be fucking crazy to see if it's a 209 or if it's a super low 210. Wait, this is going to be fucking insane. What the fuck is it gonna be? Oh no, it's gonna be a 210, right? Unless I have a really good Cortex, I guess. Oh my god. Zio, the function doesn't work. I forgot to set it up. Sadly, it does not work. I apologize. Wait, that's not good minds, is it? Oh, it's excellent minds. Holy shit, it's excellent fucking minds. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, hold it. Hold up, hold up. That probably like saved a second. Don't fucking Bregger man this, man. Is that good mind placement again? No way. No way. No way! Oh shit. Oh shit! The double good mind placement? Holy shit. Oh shit! Let's go! Let's fucking go! The mind placement was so fucking peak. That's the only reason I saved 3 seconds there. Those mines were they weren't even there, basically. Bang, baby! Bang! Let's go. Carried by fucking Bun Glitch and then dying in motherfucking... Where is it? Shout out to Trophy, my goat. For me, dying on the final phase, final hit. Shout out to that boy. Shout out. It was me choking on that made me not nervous for the rest. God, this run was actually so carried by Bun Glitch. Fuck me. How much did Bun Glitch just carry? Well, that's not as much as I thought. Like, obviously, yeah, it's like a minute 10, but like, that's not as much as I thought. I thought it was like a minute, like 40 or something. Okay, so if I just don't die in Entropy, it's basically the same as if I got Bun Glitch. Yeah, man. Oh, fuck me, baby. 20X. Nice. Thank you all for the GGs. Thank you, 2D, Granado, Zio, Vanners, Nuke, Anti, Brad, Kabalski, Super Dave, Nurazi Boy, Tex, Ash, Trace, Waffle, Noi, Kabalski, Kingdom Hearts Master, Jug? Your name's interesting. I can't say it. Holy shit. I've been stuck at 211 for so long. It's actually crazy. Day 2 of D-Rust. That's either this is a fluke or that's a really good sign. Because there's a few things I still want to mess with. But, damn. Fuck, Nuke might have a point. I might be able to get to, like, what'd he say, 206 before the 1545? 206 is maybe possible? Not with this current Sob. I'd have to start going for some shit, but I could probably get my Sob down to maybe 203. Oh, Brad said that. My bad. I'm giving wrong credit, but I think 206 is doable. Yeah. Holy shit. Dude, without the... I'm not gonna, like, beat on it too much, but if it wasn't for the Entropy death, this would have been a 207. Right? Like, this would have been a 207. No, the Entropy death wasn't 2 minutes. No, it was just... This would have been a 208. But then without Bun Glitch, this would have been a fucking 211. So... What a... That just shows you how fucking sporadic this category is, man. Like, literally, in one level, I save a minute 30. In the next level, I lose a minute. Like... Like, interesting. Holy fuck. Oh, man. That's the fun of it. Yeah, it's so chaotic, dude. Crash 3 is insane, man. This would have been okay, man. Okay, man. Don't... Hell, if I saved 10 minutes, it would have not, but... I think my goal was just to, like, learn more shit so my levels are quicker in general. And then maybe, before the 1545, I think about Bug Light 1 cycle. Obviously, Tomb Time, I want to practice more. I just don't know if I can do Tomb Time in a minute 10. That's just so fucking tight.